Kind people are more common than you think. They will come to you for aid when you're in danger or in need of money, and they will support you in any situation. In fact, many of these people help while risking their own life. This guy is telling his blind cousin about everything that happens in the game. I've never seen a better sports commentator. Parents lost their 7-month-old son, but chose to donate his heart for a transplant patient. There are no words to describe the emotions of a mother hearing her baby's heart inside the chest of the girl who received the transplant.
It's your baby. It's so strong. It is.
A 12-year-old boy was really upset that he couldn't invite his friends over for a birthday celebration due to COVID. But look what the police have done when they learned about his situation from the boy's father.
Thank you, guys!
Wow!
How was that?
Special. Open the car first. Yes.
When someone stole this teacher's favorite sneakers, his students came together and bought him a new pair.
Are you serious?
Yes.
But anonymous, no more.
This is an emotional meeting between an 11-year-old girl and a man who donated bone marrow that saved her life. When the cyclist spotted that a dog was in danger, he chased the animal for nearly 1,000 feet, stopping the cars as he went. This is some blockbuster-worthy action. And finally, this dog was reunited with its owners.
Dino, just to keep her here and because we really appreciate.
A teacher summoned a grandparent to school, only to tell her that she will be a kidney donor for her 8-year-old granddaughter. Imagine the woman's emotions. And here's the girl's reaction. In Brazil, the local municipality wanted to confiscate the stock from a street vendor, but people saved him from that fate by buying every single item.
What is your dream in life?
I'm trying to get like a car.
This barista was suffering from depression, and all he wanted was a new car. But he needed $1,000 to buy it. So these strangers had a pleasant surprise for him.
You're so loved. Light will shine on your face again. I promise you.
This father can be proud of his daughter. She gave her lunch to a woman in need. And here's a good reason to carry a portable chair with you. This guy would have struggled to mow all this grass by himself, but then complete strangers came to his aid. If only all neighbors were like this. This teacher had lost her 16-year-old cat, and the next day, her students gave her kittens to cheer her up. And this woman was just asked to officially become their mom. This man was helping his wife shave her head because she was losing her hair due to chemo. Then, suddenly,
God, you kind of rock it low key though.
Now that's a display of real support. And this woman survived thanks to an anonymous kidney donor. And 3 years after she got the transplant, she can finally hug her savior. Fans brought a bunch of plush toys to the game to support the kids from the local hospital who were seated further down.
Soldado supporters.
And here is the girl's reaction to a graduation present, a photo with her late father.
Just the two of you? Yeah. All right, you guys good? Okay.
These guys were on a sinking boat, but when they called the police, they couldn't describe their location. The dispatchers decided to use FaceTime to visualize their surroundings, which saved these young men.
Got you guys.
This guy would have been in trouble if it weren't for one of the spectators.
I just got fired.
Fire? You need dinner, you need coffee, you need what do you need?
Coffee.
This man just learned that a stranger has no money for food or drink, so he gave him $20 for a coffee. Turns out the guy was just conducting a social experiment, and he thanked his new friend for his kindness with $500.
My God, you sure?
I'm so sure, man.
My God.
During a flood, these people came together and formed a human chain to help this female driver get out of the car. This athlete was battling cancer, and his hockey team supported him through the entire 6 months of his treatment. Just look at the way they greet him from the hospital. A woman got overwhelmed by the ocean waves and started to drown. Thankfully, famous surfer Mickey Wright was at the beach, and he immediately sprung into action.
Please get me there as fast as you can. My daughter's calling me.
This taxi driver was taking a man to pick up his daughter from a concert when a mass shooting occurred at the event. He didn't mind taking such a dangerous trip and saved 7 people by letting them cram into his car. This guy buys birds just so he can release them. It's a win-win for the birds and the people who sell them. One household left a thank you note for their mailwoman for all the amazing work she does. And she couldn't contain her emotions.
Thank you.
When a man stopped a young woman from falling when she had a seizure.
It's away with a lot of those, and it's hard for him.
The ball is heading straight for this fan's hands, but check out what he does.
Not only a Yankee fan wearing a Judge t-shirt, it's a Blue Jay fan.
This man lost consciousness when a bit of food got stuck in his airway, and strangers immediately came to his rescue. This man's son died and became a heart donor, saving the life of another person. As a thank you, the transplant patient sent a special gift to the teenager's family, a bear with a recording of their son's heartbeat. The snowboarder was swept up by an avalanche, but he was rescued thanks to one skier's attention to detail. He noticed the end of the skateboard peering out from under the snow. The 102-year-old man who had survived the Holocaust thought that his entire family lost their lives during World War II. And look how happy he is to meet his nephew, the son of his brother who also survived.
Nie budzicie samotny. Nie będziecie samotny.
And here, strangers united to help a female driver who had a seizure while driving. First, they brought her car to a stop, then broke the window and pushed the car to a parking space where the woman received first aid. This girl gave her boyfriend a priceless gift, a ticket to go see his mom after he hadn't seen her for 8 years. The nurses decided to organize a party for this lady's 90th birthday. A Boeing 727 crashed into the water, and the locals took their boats to rescue surviving passengers and crew members. Thanks to these heroes, all 47 people survived. And here's what can happen if you combine kindness with great reflexes and skill. The students wish their teacher a happy birthday, and look how pleased he is. This electric locomotive halted at a spot with no power. It wouldn't be able to move if it hadn't been for Ukrainian passengers that pushed 6 whole wagons for over 80 feet. For this Chinese man, this had the potential to be the worst day of his life. He dropped an equivalent of $3,600, but he got back every bit of it thanks to the kind and, more importantly, honest bypassers. These people decided to thank the skyscraper window cleaner for his hard work, and so they bought him a coffee. Have you ever seen a bus driver ready to leave his vehicle to help a blind passenger cross the road? And this artist surprised a family he saw on the subway by drawing a portrait of their child. And this is how bus drivers shielded motorcyclists from a storm while on an exposed bridge.
For whatever reason, the guy saved your life and you hadn't had a chance to meet him yet, and we thought that was just a shame. We thought that was just a shame.
This girl meets her liver donor for the first time after they saved her life. Gordon Ramsay prepared a big surprise for his fan battling leukemia when he visited her at school and donated $10,000 toward her treatment.
If anyone made you feel not good enough, take a flower plus hug me.
Meanwhile, this guy is just standing there giving encouragement and support to those who need it. Just take a flower and get a hug.
What's your name?
I love you too. My name is Tara. What's your name?
I'm Zachary.
Oh, it's really nice to get a hug from.
This high school freshman was regularly bullied due to the fact that he wore the same clothes to school every day. But his classmates brought him some new clothes to support him. And this driver sacrificed his vehicle to help stop another car whose driver lost consciousness behind the wheel. The mailman noticed that the wind blew over the flower pot stand and decided to tidy up. It's a small thing, but still, how nice. In spite of the difficult times the Ukraine is facing right now, the military personnel were giving flowers to women on International Women's Day to celebrate. Kids raised money to buy a scooter for a veteran with a disability.
Wow, thank you.
Hey, you awake? Hey, man.
This guy ended up on the streets with his son and moved to a different town in search of a job and a place to live. A stranger decided to help them by handing the man $1,000 and paying for a 7-day stay in a hotel.
Thank you. Is by giving you $1,000.
You gotta be freaking kidding me now. Thank you so much, man.
Big thanks to this delivery driver who showed kindness and helped a disabled man get over the curb. Love is when you walk ahead, making a path in the snow so that your wife can comfortably walk in heels. This woman organized an online fundraiser to help waitstaff, and she's about to make this server happy by giving her the money.
All my followers and stuff donated. Yeah!
It's okay.
Everyone's older than me. Everyone's bigger.
You don't have to tackle. Bob, listen to me. No, Bob, listen to me. Bob, you are a brilliant rugby player. You understand that? You're insane. You are actually insane for your age.
This boy will almost certainly win after this incredible show of support from his friend. This delivery driver noticed a fallen flagpole, and look how carefully he's folding the flag. Now that's a true patriot. Saying goodbye to your hair when battling cancer is a great challenge. Thankfully, there are people who show their support, like this girl who shaved her head in solidarity with her mother. A pair of shoes given by a stranger made this guy very happy. There are Batman and Superman, and then there is Officer Fleming, who responded to a call about a gas leak. Once he made sure that the kids were safe, he laid down on the ground to play with them and their dolls. And here a girl gave a Christmas present to a homeless person, and look at the gratitude in his eyes. When this man's dog died, he was stricken with grief, and his daughter decided to support him with a gift.
Oh.
Oh, he loves you. He's nuzzling right in.
And this guy, using walking sticks, was struggling to get into the water until a kind stranger helped him. If this isn't kindness, what is? Here's the footage from futsal semifinals, where one player admitted to scoring a goal using his hand and requested for it to be annulled. This guy deserves respect for his honesty.
All a guilty party.
Soccer player Arturo Vidal was wrongly awarded a yellow card and a penalty, but the Real Madrid player deliberately missed the goal.
Scored 2 goals. And what a big moment that might prove to be.
After the fight, the winner came to support his opponent and to thank him for the fight. That's what true respect for your opponent looks like. And here, LeBron James is practicing passes with a fan during the game. I can only imagine how happy this guy must have felt. And here, 2 hockey players from opposing teams are using an original method to determine the winner. Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan crashed into each other during the game. Check out the mutual camaraderie of these basketball giants.
Hey, what's going on?
During an autograph session, this little fan of J.J. Watt took the opportunity to hug her idol and kiss him on the cheek.
Thank you, she loves you.
It looks like J.J. has fans of all ages. This woman is 99 years old. But that didn't stop her from coming to the game to support her idol. A little moment of love on the way to victory. Cyclist Guy Sagiv kissed his girlfriend without having to slow down the pedaling. During a race, one cyclist's bike broke down, so another competitor gave him his. Now that deserves some respect. And here you see MMA fighter Deanna Bennett and Melinda Fabian exchanging gifts and hugs instead of threats and menacing glances. What a lovely sight. Anything can happen during a tennis game. Here, for example, a tennis player couldn't stop moving, and as a result, he flipped over the net. Thankfully, his opponent quickly came to his aid.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
This took place at the Judo World Championship 2021. An athlete from Georgia helped his opponent get up and leave the tatami while supporting him. Who said that MMA fighters can't be nice? Look at the way these two are exchanging pleasantries after a fight.
Thanks, man. Thank you, buddy. Number one.
This fan swapped some mints for a hockey puck. What an amusing barter. LeBron James has already proven to be a sound guy, and this game is yet another example. The player accidentally knocked down the vendor and took a minute to help the woman back up.
Give her a hug, pat her on the head, and just in case you're...
One of the cheerleaders' dad demonstrated how to support their kid. Just look at the way he's dancing along. Two cars came off the racetrack after a crash. One of the drivers went to help the other one get out of his car.
Big in terms of side intrusion contact as we've ever seen. In fact, lucky with the new generation cars that you sit further across, and a lot of work's gone in the driver's side.
The Belgian athlete tried to get ahead and take the third position in the race. However, she stumbled and fell, crying with frustration. The Ukrainian athlete, who finished first, ran back to help her opponent finish the race. The dream of this 12-year-old Shakhtar fan came true during this game. This boy's family miraculously escaped Mariupol and moved to Poland. They had a chance to attend the Shakhtar Lechia game, where towards the end of the game, the referee allowed the boy to come out onto the field. Basketball player Giannis Antetokounmpo gifted a pair of sneakers with his autograph to a young fan. The boy was gleaming with joy.
This is for your sister. This is for you.
A spectacular finish when one of the fighters helped his opponent get up and gave him his belt. A man caught a ball that went out of bounds, and this small child came over trying to buy the ball. But the man simply gave it to him instead. One child's happiness is worth more than money. What could make a fan happier than a gift from their idol? This young fan received a hockey stick from her favorite hockey player, Sidney Crosby. And here, the figure skater that came third was accidentally awarded with the golden medal. But girls standing on the pedestal quickly resolved the misunderstanding and even had a laugh.
Breaking it down all the way to the end.
Israel Adesanya and Anderson Silva delivered a great show for the audience and demonstrated what respect between opponents looks like.
So much respect from one man to another.
And here is another show of camaraderie at a marathon, when the competitive spirit gives way for humanity. Two men practically carry a young woman to the finish line where she can get some help. Neymar loves making his fans happy, and this time the soccer player gave his fan a t-shirt. This guy could not contain his joy. A karate competitor stopped his opponent from falling over during a fight. That's all you need to know about respect for your competition. And this lady invited a delivery driver in for dinner when he delivered a parcel to her home. A kind stranger paid all of these students' remaining college tuition and he never admitted to it. How does this happen in real life?
You had a balance.
This girl always sat alone at school and did not talk to anyone. So her classmate decided to support her by offering to eat lunch together. A worker in a Brazilian fast food chain helping a disabled customer eat his food. Children lined up to say a heartfelt goodbye to their teacher when they learned that this is his last day working at their school.
I just lost my job, man.
Sorry.
It's okay, man. What do you do for work?
I'm celebrity. You are homeless?
Yeah.
I hope I have too much money. I give you. Which coffee you want?
Can you just give me like a regular black coffee?
This guy asked for a hot drink, and this man bought him a coffee and a muffin. The man's kindness paid off when he was rewarded with $1,000.
For you too. This is for you.
Oh my goodness.
It's $1,000 there for you.
Oh my God! This I want to give to my mom and help him to my mom and give him some food. Thank you.
I love
Thank
you.
The police saw a homeless man next to the store. Instead of chasing him away, they bought him a hot meal and a whole bag of groceries. And here is a Lamborghini parade. This is a gift for a little boy who dreamt of seeing a Lamborghini at least once in his lifetime. This elderly man often offers workers cold drinks while they're on shift.
Thank you very much. Thank you, partner. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Happy birthday to you.
Kids learn how to say happy birthday in sign language for the janitor's birthday.
Happy birthday, dear James. Happy birthday to you.
Due to a stroke, this man was never able to hug his grandkids. But his family thought of a solution, and finally...
Over there.
Come here.
You can give him.
This person jumped into a raging torrent to save a stranger. Thankfully, it ended well for both of them. And here, the entire village united to pull a car out of a ditch. Even elderly women and children got involved. What a team!
$5, you can have whatever inside of this. Would you like to give it a try?
I only have a credit card.
This woman agreed to buy a piggy bank for $5, but she did not expect it would contain a lot of money.
Oh, baby! $500 is in there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you just won it. You're amazing. $500 for you. Yes, you're amazing.
This is a graduate thanking his mother because she did everything to ensure that her son would graduate, even though she was never able to graduate herself because her parents passed away when she was 16. A teenager took all the Halloween candy, so this little girl shared some of her own candy, and the boy followed suit. On the 24th of May 2022, a school shooting took place in Texas. This is how the town greets one of the surviving teachers after his release from the hospital.
What's your dream? My dream's already is being a barber. I don't have the greatest past.
This barber lost her barbershop to a tornado, and all of her hard work was destroyed. Thankfully, kind people donated $30,000 to help her restore the shop.
Since you charge 30, could I give you 30,000 for you to rebuild? Hey, for you. Thank you so much. I mean it.
A box fell out of a delivery truck and could have been lost if it weren't for this woman. Not only did she pick it up, she also sent it to the right address. This teacher surprised his student with a new guitar.
In there. That's the crack in the guitar from the guy stepping on it, right?
Yeah. So this is actually your new guitar.
You're crapping me. It's beautiful. Thank you so much, man. Can I give you a hug?
Of course you can give me a hug.
Thank you so much.
This young woman was helping her mother shave her head after chemotherapy, when suddenly, now that's real support from a loved one. A Polish woman made a few Ukrainian kids very happy with a backpack full of candy and toys. These police officers gave their sheriff special glasses designed for colorblind people. And this is him seeing the world's true colors for the first time.
Are they? Oh my God. Do you see? A different world.
A UPS courier helped a FedEx courier. No competition, just two decent people. During COVID quarantine, this trainer arranged fitness sessions for people in nearby houses. It's a shame I don't have a neighbor like this. A group of surfers made a dream come true for a disabled man in a wheelchair and made him ride the waves. This Chinese traffic warden couldn't leave his post despite the weather. But even this was an opportunity for kindness. This man was helping his wife shave her head when she was going through chemo, and decided to support her by shaving his own head too. Sometimes it's not just people who can lend a shoulder to cry on. A 4-year-old boy dressed up as a member of the Queen's Guard and was watching in awe as they marched past, when suddenly, it's all about making kids happy. And here is proof that the police are not just the keepers of peace, they also know how to find common ground with children. They would even help a student tie his tie. Many people were in danger as a result of a flood in Morocco, but thanks to the kindness of others, they were saved. And here are students greeting their classmate after a few days of absence after his mother's death. And this boy asked his stepdad to officially adopt him during the wedding ceremony. That's double cause for celebration.
We'll come over and get you, just stay there.
And this is a heroic rescue of a woman whose car fell into a river. People on a speedboat noticed her and managed to save her before the car went completely underwater.
All right, your purse is out.
And here's some incredible friendly support for a woman who is about to start chemotherapy. This girl couldn't find her parents, and people at the beach started clapping to attract their attention. And finally, a homeless man asked for a little bit of help and got a lot more than he expected. A custodian from Ukraine received overwhelming support from the students. They put a Ukrainian flag on the wall along with cards, well wishes, and drawings featuring her family members' names.
We support you, Anna. We love you.
A kind driver stopped the trolley bus to move a kitten from the road. These girls came to visit their nanny who basically raised them. And look at her reaction. Children at this school created a tunnel of kindness for all the heroes of their town. Soccer player Eric Christensen noticed that a fan is holding a jersey with his name on, so he came over to chat and leave his autograph. This fisherman helped a police officer get to a group of kids who drifted into deep water on their air mattress.
Sorry to bother you. Is it okay if you can just hold these?
And this guy made this woman's day when he noticed she looked a bit sad.
Have a lovely day.
A dog was taken to a vet clinic, but it looks very frightened. Just look at what the vet does to put the dog at ease. And here's the result. Just like this referee at a bicycle race who saved the cyclists from a mass pileup. On Valentine's Day, this guy received a gift from every girl in his class because he was always a perfect gentleman, letting the girls go ahead of him. And in Paris, hundreds of protesters stepped aside to let an ambulance through. This guy in need clearly didn't expect such kindness. And here, a rescue squad freed a 2-year-old child from a locked car and returned him to his mom.
Happy birthday, dear Abraham.
This boy was recently adopted, and this is the first time he got a birthday cake with his name on from his new family. Look how happy he is. And this guy is steadying a girl's suitcase so that she could get some rest. This grandpa had an amazing surprise when his grandson was brought from Kentucky to Florida to see him. This woman's family supported her when she underwent a chemo treatment by shaving their heads in solidarity. Aside from their work, police officers do many good deeds which often go unnoticed. such as bringing lost children back to their parents, buying food for the homeless, or even just tying a child's shoelaces. This girl asked her dad for money to buy ice cream. Turns out she didn't buy it for herself. She bought it for a homeless person. That's some good upbringing. This young woman's husband was helping her shave off her hair after chemo. And here's her reaction to the way he chose to support her. If that's not love, I don't know what is. That's all for today. Tell us in the comments about your favorite feature, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.